Matt, it's going to be great to explain a little bit of your vision on business and what has helped Y Street grow so much in the years that it's been around. If you had to pick a principle that you follow when you're thinking about the growth of business and whether to add business lines or business units or perhaps kill off the ones that aren't working, what would be a principle that you'd hew to when building businesses?
One of the things that we've done that's worked very well to grow and build YSC is to learn and to figure out what your weaknesses are and build around those. A lot of people talk about building their company on the strengths that they have and promoting those. However, what we did is we went slightly the opposite way in learning what our weaknesses are and filling those gaps. So if you're really asking, Robbie, how would you want to start looking at your business? Look where you're weak and then grow from there. Repair that part first, because you will be strong if you don't have any weaknesses.
You and I both have a bit of a background in the powerlifting and strength training world. And so maybe we'll, on our live event on July 19th, maybe we'll crack that joke at some point. But in Y Street's trajectory, are there any moments where you identified a weakness that when solving it helped you surge forward?
Definitely. Actually, with my co-founder, Patrick Trahan, we were both working on our individual personal real estate portfolios, came together on a project, and we got to know each other a little bit better. And in doing so, I realized that things that Patrick could do and do very, very well were things that I had no realm or anywhere ideas of how to do or complete. So huge weakness for me. And that's on some of the pro forma analysis side. And in real estate, we all know you got to be able to do a pro forma, you got to be able to do analysis, right? Now, through that side, working with Patrick, learning that some of the part that he had issues with was on the networking side, customer relations side, the relation side, basically. And together, we realized, okay, we both have this weakness, but it's the other person's strength. Together, we could probably grow faster and do bigger. And at that point, we decided, okay, let's do something together. Let's continue to grow our real estate portfolios. Let's aim for success. Let's get to the wealth we want to be at.
So it's been a long time now, and as you look back on the business journey, what would you tell that early founder versus now? I guess we're not quite at the late stage founder. You know, Y Street doesn't pursue an exit of its business, but if you had to say back to that early leader, what would you tell him now?
The road's longer and harder than you think. Buckle up. But in honesty, I'd look back and say, get good people around you. We've all heard the age old, you are the product of the 5 people around you. Put good people around you. Get good people around you. Build a good team. It can't be done by yourself. There's many moving parts. It's a heavy lift. You need the right people with you.
It's very cool. So let's hint a little bit at what we'll talk about on July 19th. Y Street has got a story, and you've been there since the beginning as the founder, but there's a need that everyone has for building a business. And if a business is not growing, then it is failing. To keep business at equilibrium is nearly an impossibility. Either you are growing, you're adding new lines, your people are growing, or the business is collapsing. And yes, cutting off business lines or making strategic divestitures is an approach people take. But for you, what's your growth metric? What are the things that you look at that say, okay, this is how I know we're growing positively. This is how I know we're growing in the right manner. What gets you excited about the growth curve of business?
What gets me excited on the growth curve? It's seeing new people come into our corporation. It's being able to bring on people in other positions that we know we need the strengths with or need the help with. It's bringing in new employees to cover new positions as we grow. We know that is a sign of growth, right? When we start to realize that the partners, the founders, we can't do all of it. We started off with several projects, and now I believe we have closer to 13, 14 projects, right? And in development, that's us wearing a lot of hats. And in growing, so we've had to bring in people to handle administration, relations, consulting, accounting. There's many moving parts in a development company. And seeing these parts be filled, these seats be filled, that's how I know we're growing.
Very cool. So July 19th, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we'll have you on to talk about how people can build their business effectively. And we'll, of course, overlay that with the story of Y Street Capital, because no one can tell it better than the founder, Matt Maxsom. And someday, hopefully, we'll bring Patrick on as well, but he's even harder to get a hold of than you are. So thank you, Matt. And this will be a fun time to have. So we look forward to seeing everyone on July 19th, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern.
Looking forward to it.